Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? 01 of 1 back again. We are on Vulcan, and as you can see, I am not wearing a suit, which means that we have a sufficient amount of oxygen and pressure in here, just barely, in order for me to survive. And then there are some other changes as well, so let me just go over those real quick. So let's take a look at our water first. It'll let me go into the correct thing. There we go. Okay, so you can see we have 30 liters. And then if we look way across the way, I know you can't see it, but there is no longer a trader vessel over there. So I managed somehow to not only make the astroloy, but also to make the stellite. And actually, I think I found a shortcut to making the stellite. I'll explain it to you once we get to that point. You'll also notice that those batteries are either off or 100% dead. You can see that they're not actually, I don't know, you guys maybe can't see that, but they're not connected. And the reason for that is because I have some very, very large batteries. Can we see them? Yeah, you can kind of see the edge of one right there. So I've got a couple of large batteries in there. This has not really changed too much. I'm still attempting to filter out, oh, all the volatiles are finally out. That's good. I'm trying to get all the pollutants and all that other crap out of here, but it's taking forever. Like I've gone, this is like my third set of filters so far just to get out this trace amounts of stuff that I don't want in here. It's insane. Also, oxygen is dropping, which is not good. I think I need 66% just to be able to breathe normally, so we're kind of like right at the edge of not being able to breathe. So, what we're going to do here, one, we're going to take out this canister, right? And the reason why we're going to take out this canister is because I'm going to plug this thing on, and if I left the canister in there, it would pull from the canister to pressurize the room. So basically, I just need to make sure that we keep, a fair amount of oxygen in here. Also, you'll see that my oxygen is not doing so hot right now. Yeah. So we got to work on that too. All right, I think that'll be probably fine, right? Yeah. Okay. Then we'll just throw that back in there. Okay. Anyways, lots of stuff going on. All right. So warnings have now gone away, as you can potentially see. So let's go ahead and throw that stuff back on. Oxygen low. Power low. Everything low. Okay, yeah, so we're actually good. So, okay. I have my Monster Energy Zero Ultra because I have just woken up like literally 5 minutes ago. So yeah, I'm not quite awake yet. Anyways, okay, so I have 2 large batteries and they are very nearly charged, which is great. These batteries, I'll do something with them. Another thing that I did is if you connect like the supply to the recharge area over here, these will discharge almost immediately. So I took whatever charge that was in there, disconnected over here, so that way it was just these lines here not connected to anything, and that line there not connected to anything, and then I just did a little line going over there. As soon as I put in that last one, these immediately dropped to what you see here, and these immediately went up to both having yellow. So it's good. It's good. And then once that was done, then I just disconnected these ones and then, connected everything the proper way. So if you need to trade power between batteries, that's a good way to do it. Also, this is a mess. This is a mess. I have been working on, well, let's just go through here one at a time. Okay, so we are currently going through and trying to make more pollutant. And also trying to separate out some more CO2. So we're up to 3.86 megapascals in there. We are up to 24 megapascals. We got up to like 35, which is why I had to put this thing in there. And then it was originally set for 50 kilopascals. I misread it and thought it said 50 megapascals, which I was good with. And as soon as I connected this thing up, it like blew me back because it's like draining everything in there outside. Which, fine, right? So then I had to go connect that up the proper way and then come in here and then it said it's actual, megapascals. So we lost about 10-ish megapascals just from that little mistake, but It's mostly volatiles in there, so that's good. This guy is still doing a thing. Why is there not a volatile? Do I need another? I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so that's doing a thing over here. So I still have this little cooling circuit doing a thing, right? It is sort of working. It's not very fast, but it is working. And then I have this whole setup over here. So this is my fuel setup, right? So I will pump in some volatiles. I'll pump in some oxygen. You can see I've currently got 2.55 megapascals in there and nothing in there for oxygen. And then they go into here, and then they equalize their temperatures. So that way, when they do the mix, they mixes properly. And then that goes into this lovely thing here. So we have 192 kilopascals in there, which I guess is fairly okay. And then once I had that set up, so the fuel, normally went into the tank and then out this way into our furnace, right? So then I put that over there, and I'm running that into this H2 combustor. Let me get that out of the way. H2 combustor, fun times, which then combusts everything, and it goes into this little setup right here, right? And then I have that set up to a filter, which takes out the hydrogen right away. And then, so I have a little pump on the output over here because I just wanted to go through the gas quickly. I don't really care about anything else. And then it stores itself into here, and then it goes up into here, and then it goes outside where it will go from 2300 degrees from the H2 combustor down to 120 something degrees at night. And then, of course, as that condenses, it drops into here, and then, so that'll be, I don't know, a couple hundred degrees at max when it goes in here, which then goes into this lovely little thing right here, which then goes into this CO2, which we're already cooling, and then it drops our water down to 11 degrees. So we have 2.46 liters in there. I don't know how to collect it though, so that's fun. And as soon as I put like a tank or anything on here, like it's like I need to keep the pressure up in order to make this thing work properly. Now, what I could do, put a purge valve in here and then keep that at, I don't know, however much pressure I need. So whatever water is in there will remain water, like forever. So that could be a thing that I could do. And I have a regulator here. Oh, wait, no, that's a pump. Never mind. All right, so if I need I need gold to make the regulator. And I just used all of my gold in here. Wait, no, I still have some gold left. Okay. Give me some gold so I can make a regulator, please. Electrum. Yeah, so we have our stellite up here. We got some astrolite up there. That's always nice and good. I need copper. Am I out of copper? Am I out of copper? I do believe that I am out of copper. Well, that's awkward. Do I have any copper? Oh, I have lots of copper. Okay. So, back to this guy, right? So, easy way to do stellite. Drain everything out, right? So you start with 0. And then pump in your fuel until it reaches 1 megapascal, not ignited. So 1 megapascal of fuel, not ignited, right? And then stop. And then ignite it. And then it'll all ignite at once, and it'll boost up the temperature to, I think I got up to like 1900 degrees or something like that, right? And then you quickly throw in all of your stellite mix or whatever. Oh, make sure that it's pre-off-gas. If you have stuff that needs to be off-gas, make sure you do that first. But yeah. Copper. Give me copper. What do you got for me? Oh, that's actually making the ingots already. Oh, well, that's lovely. Look at that. So fancy. Okay, I didn't think it was that hot, but okay. There we go. So, copper. And we need one of these things over here, and I need a regulator. Make one of those. Wonderful. All right, so that is that. Good. Now, what I need to do is put in a purge valve, or pressurant valve, that's what it is, to go the other way. Am I going to be able to get this thing connected? It's fine, I'm sure. Okay, and then we're going to set this to, what do we want to set this to? Like 5 megapascals or something like that. Basically, we just want it to be enough to where all of the water that's in there will liquefy and stay liquid. It's kind of really the only thing we're going for here. All right, so then I need some of this and some of this. All right, so that goes there, that goes there. Okay, and then this has to go up. That's the only way that we can get that in there. You'll notice that I don't have that actually connected right there, and because when I'm dumping in all of this stuff, it comes in at like 150 degrees, which would then immediately increase the temperature on the water, which I don't want. So we're just kind of trying to avoid that if we can. Okay, now I should probably put in like a let's see, how do I want to do this? I could run like backwards over this thing, right? Just kind of like float out in the air in this general direction. And then we'll throw in one of these things over here to connect in over here. And then do I want to go towards the wall or towards the floor? Let's go towards the wall. There we go. All right, so now if I do this, and I flood this thing with 5 megapascals, what we should see is that all of the liquid water that's in here, or all of the gaseous water, whatever, should then pressurize. And then I'm going to need a valve right here. Do I have a valve? I don't think I have a valve. No, I don't think that one's a valve. I think that's a radiator. Okay. So let's make a valve, because we like valves. Valves are cool. Valve. Dude, I'm just like cobbling this thing together. Like, if you're looking for something that is nice and organized, like that is not where I'm at right now. This is a mess. It is a mess. But hopefully, once I get things to the point to where I have a surplus of everything and I can actually afford to get things disconnected for a while. Right, so we want to keep that there so I can continue to pressurize. Right. That is really, really slow. But you can see now that like all of the water in there is now all water. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. And then whatever is left in here, which is, it's at 11 megapascals. That's pretty good, right? Or, sorry, 1 mega, I don't know. Okay, now that will go into our CO2. Now this is what feeds the greenhouse and replaces the oxygen that we're taking out. So I need this thing to keep going, and I need it to produce a lot more CO2. But I can't just like shove normal CO2 that I'm getting from the atmosphere out of here. I gotta cool it first. So I need a better cooling system. Now, granted, the cooling system that I've got right now works, which is great. But the volume is not quite there. But when I built it, I needed something that works, not necessarily volume. Right, you are now empty, good. And then we'll pump in some more of this hot stuff. So you can see it comes in here at 150-ish degrees, right? It's a lot. All right, so how are we doing over here? Oh, I should probably watch that so it doesn't overfill like that. 11 megapascals. How long is that going to take to... Okay, hang on. Let's back that out. 7 megapascals? Is that going to take a while? It's probably going to take a while. So this is why I had to do a turbo pump in here, because I kept on overfilling this thing. And that should be good. A little less than 5 megapascals. All right, so that is now all done and evaporated. No, not evaporated. Condensed out. So then we do this thing, and you got to watch that little valve right there. Make sure it doesn't go too far into the red. Okay, good. And we are pumping out at like max speed too, so that should empty this quite quickly. And then once this is emptied, then we pump in more, and we just keep doing the process. All right, and then we go over here onto this one, and then we got to watch that valve now. So here we go. I want to get it kind of like right to the edge of the red. It's about right there. Perfect. Look at that. Right there. It's almost like I've done this a few times. Okay, so then what's happening here is we are cooling it down, right, to 145. And then this is our pollutant, which is acting as like our main cooling, I guess. And this is going into our just our CO2 to try to keep that, you know, cool. Because I'm dumping all of the heat from this into the CO2, but then I'm using the liquid pollutant to then cool down the CO2 so that I can continue to dump more heat into it. It's a process, man. Yeah, okay, now this is, so whenever this thing gets full, and I think that can hold, what is that, 250? It's not very much. It does that little thing, and then you just gotta empty it, or open it up. You can see that it's completely stopped right now. Then you collect your ores, and it's great. But I need to drink something. And then also I need to start collecting more oxygen because we don't have very much in there. And it's not going up right now either. So, not great. But it's fine, I guess. Well, actually, hold on. Instead of doing that, let's just do the whole body wash thing. I should probably eat that potato too that's in there. We have potato. I shall eat potato. And I had to eat one of these things because yeah, the potatoes weren't growing in there, like, at all. You can see I've got 4 potatoes now in there because didn't want to run into that issue again. Okay, so next thing, if that warning wants to go away. There we go. All right. Trying to keep myself somewhat clean so that way it doesn't impact my ability to get things done, I guess. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Right, this. So, once we pull all this out, it just gives me kind of like all of the stuff. So we'll throw this kind of over here. I had to use, yeah, that's just gonna make a mess. Okay, what am I doing? I need this. So coal there, coal here. Okay, coal there, coal there, coal there. All right, copper there, copper here. More copper here. More copper here. Okay. Some more coal. Silver. Silver. More silver. Uranium, which I have really no use for, but you know, whatever. Okay, and then iron. Iron. And then more iron. And we have some silicon here, so more silicon there. And then that can go into there. And then this can go over there. Then that can go over there. Then we have some nickel. Nickel can go into here. Rest of the nickel can go here. Cobalt can go there. Is that everything? Nope, gold. Can't forget the gold. All right. And then once we close this thing back up, then it starts back up. So I need a better system for this as well, because we are all the way backed up now. But yeah, we're getting all the materials that we need, so that's great. Yeah. And then how is this doing? 89 degrees. All right. How is this doing? 1.36k moles to go. This should be completely done. Good. All right. Yeah. So now it's just a lot of waiting at this point. I need to make sure that I have CO2 being pumped into there so that I can continue to take the oxygen out. Right now, I almost died while I was not recording, which is terrible. But I will explain what happened. So the way that I have my little setup on the oxygen extractor with the IC is you need a certain pressure, right? And once you reach that pressure, then you can start, taking out the oxygen. Now you can see that we're at 49 kilopascals in here, right? But what I had set up in here before was 50 or whatever. But the issue is the CO2. Like, I'm not producing it fast enough for how quickly all of the ferns are eating it, right? So I need to produce CO2 much, much faster. And I need to do it without eating up the oxygen, so mushrooms are not an acceptable way to handle that. And then also I wasn't paying attention, and my oxygen tank thing that was right there had been completely pulled out to feed the atmosphere in here. So I had nothing in there, and my own oxygen tank was at like 200 pascals and dropping, and it was dropping fast too, so it was like pretty bad. And then I found like another weird thing, like pumps weren't working in this for some reason. Like I was trying to just like pump stuff through here to get it to process out all the contaminants faster. As you can see, we still have them in here. I also moved the oven out of here. So I figured out what caused the fireball, right? So even though there are trace amounts of volatiles in there, there's also oxygen. So what ends up happening is that oven creates a spark. That spark ignites the volatiles and the oxygen together, which then creates a fireball, which then eliminates all of the volatiles in the room, but then it also creates pollutants and then also raises the temperature for everything. And then this is not keeping things cool for some... Oh, it's at 181 degrees? Dude. So I need to cool all the CO2? What it sounds like. But in order to cool the CO2, I need to use the liquid pollutant, and in order to get the liquid pollutant, I need to condense it out. There are a lot of systems that all depend on each other to work, and when they don't work together, it creates issues. Okay, so let's just kind of clean up in here a little bit, do what we can. Okay, so that's all well and good. This was, I had a pump going there too, and it wasn't working, so there's all that, and then we can get rid of all of this pipe, which doesn't actually connect to anything. All right, that looks a little cleaner. Yeah, so I'm still trying to pull all of the pollutants out of here, but it is like going through these filters like crazy and not like pulling any of the stuff out, which is really, really, really annoying. And I don't know how the pollutants and stuff are getting in here because, so like the only thing that's going to be put in here is CO2, right? And it's going to be pure CO2. So I don't know how this little trace amount of volatiles and pollutants are even getting in here. And then also it's burning through the filters and not actually taking it out. Also, are you not powered right now? Like, what's the dealio here? That is not a lit green. That is... Wait, do I not have enough power going in here? Like, what's going on? Did I just disconnect everything? I did. Something somewhere got disconnected. Okay. Oh, we are completely out of power in here. That's not cool. We have power down there, we just don't have power in here. Oh, it's coming up from here? Maybe? There we go. Okay. Yeah, be careful when you're taking stuff out. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's... I don't understand why... Like, you can tell that it's pulling stuff in, right? Because of all the little particles moving towards that. But it's like, it doesn't want to... I mean, unless these things are producing volatiles and pollutants, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know why they would. I mean, nothing over here should be doing that. And this pipe actually runs under this one to connect up over here. So in case you're wondering how that's hooked up. I don't know, man. It's like, I've probably cycled like all of the atmosphere in here at least 14 times. And I still have trace pollutants and volatiles that are not getting pulled out. And it's not because the filters are bad. I mean, I just replaced them, but now they're down to 41% already. But they're not pulling the stuff out. Now, it's supposed to be going into here. And maybe it's just because I need a pump in here to really, really pull it out. That could be, possibly. Actually, that could very well be. Now that I think about it. Let me go grab a pump. See if we can make that work better. Which might also explain why it took so long to pull all the stuff out of this one too. So instead of this here, maybe I should go with like a pump to like just draw that line down. Probably be a good idea, right? Okay. Let's just go, let's see, that's gonna need a wrench, right? Yes, and then you need to go here, okay. Yeah, we'll just put this back on the shelf. All right, and then we'll run this off of the main line because it's the closest power that I've got here. And I need one of these things so that way I can get this to go down. There we go. All right, max this thing out, pump. Okay, so then that should draw this line down. And it should also pull out of both of those filters too. I'm thinking. Because with just the one-way valve, I just wanted to make sure that like it wasn't backfeeding. But I mean, I didn't realize it would, you know, pull 12 megapascals of just crap out. Okay, so hopefully this cleans up all of the rooms and we can actually pull all of the stuff out without, you know, destroying our filters. And then they're all going to need like little ICs to control, so they only turn on when they detect, you know, like those whatever things, pollutants, volatiles, whatever. That way not only can I save a little bit of power, but I can also save the filters. So as long as I'm working on that. And another thing is, right, I threw in one of those, right, in here. So now pretty much wherever I am in here, like I can charge stuff. So kind of nice. Okay, so this is almost done. That's fun. Super exciting. Of course, then it goes into millimoles. Like, dude, just empty it out. Okay, how are we doing over here? 54 degrees and dropping. Okay. All right, well, that's just taking its time. All right, am I getting any more oxygen? I am not. Okay, so I really need this cold CO2 to do its thing. Like, I need it to be cold. And I'm just, like, trying to think, like, what would be... Like, do I need more volume in here? Probably, right? I mean, I could do that. It wouldn't be that hard, I don't think. Of course, I would need more insulated pipes. Do I have enough silicon for that? Iron, gold, copper, silicon, steel. Here we go. Insulated pipe. Oh, I only have 4 silicon there? Dude. We have, like, all of this silver over here that I'm not really doing anything with, which is fun. Okay, so if I need to make more silicon, let's just make it. Get like 100 of that stuff, put it in there. Alright, how are we doing? We're at... Okay, let's just ignite that and get that going a little bit, maybe, possibly. There we go. Getting it up temp. Should have processed all that. Yeah, okay. So now once it hits 900, then we can do something with it. I might have stopped it a little early, maybe not. Yeah, a little early. That's fine. Let's pump a little bit more in there. It'll be good. All right, there we go. Silicon. All right. Thank you. Okay, make more. So we have this. Okay. So if I were to take these things out and then rebuild them, 1, it's probably going to break them. 2, I'm going to need 2 more utility things. So let me make some of those. Utility. There we go. And good. And you can come out and go into there. Lovely. And that is our first. We'll just go with like 2. Because combined with what I've got already and what is already on the lines, basically all I'm going to do is just, well, basically pump this up to whatever megapascals and replace some stuff. So this is going to break stuff. I should probably stop these all before I do this so I don't actually break stuff. Okay, so that can go, and that can go. Okay, and then I need to put in a little T section down here, pointed up. Okay, now that I've got that, yeah, now we need these things. And we'll go with the big one. All right. So start that one up. Start that one up. Start that one up. Okay. Now, what is the current pressure inside of there? Probably not where I want it to be, right? Yeah, no, it's not. Okay. So, next thing. What are we at for temperature in here? 38.4. Is that enough to pump in there? I don't know. Hang on, sneeze. Okay. I mean, I would prefer that be colder, of course. But I don't know if that's actually going to help me out at all. So temperature in here is 175. It's supposed to keep it colder, but you know. I don't know, man. Okay, so this should be done, right? Yes. Okay, good. And then you can go into here, make sure it doesn't go too far into the red. It didn't even go into the red. Okay. Anyways. Now I just need to wait for this to drop out and pump in more. There we go. Good. All right, and then we back up and we throw in some more into here. Ooh, there's a little bit of stress going on in there. Hang on, let's do this real quick. Get all of the liquid out of here. So that's why I have this bypass here, in case this builds up too much pressure. We can just get all of that liquid out pretty much immediately, which is nice. And then we'll just charge it back up again. It'll be fine. And then in our little tank here, we have 16,000 moles. Oh, we have actually 15 liters of liquid in there. Okay. 4,000 moles of CO2. So this thing's gonna have to get recharged soon. I mean, not soon, but you know, kind of soon. All right, so we'll let all of the liquid kind of come out of this. Actually, as long as this is connected and this is on, that is probably cooling this, which is something we don't want. We want that to be higher than 152, basically. So, with that in mind, yeah, I'm gonna just pump that up real quick. It's gonna be relatively warm out there, so that'll give us some decent heat in there, which is what we need. Okay, so I believe that is, hold on. Okay. Okay, can you just, what? Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. All that just to stand on top of this thing. It's insane. Alright, so 175, 180, good. I'm hearing complaints on pipes. I think it's just the liquid pipe, because the pressure is, you know, it has to be high in there to make sure that all the pollutant can, okay, there we go. So now all of the liquid pollutant has come out, which is good. All right, that should be okay, good. No more stress on the pipes. And then the reason why it's, you know, cooling down is because as we are using up all of the liquid pollutant in here. We're pumping that now cool pollutant back out into here, which then cools that whole thing. So it's, there's a reason why it is the way it is. Okay, so now we go and we pump that back up. Should be good. All right. So that should, oh, come on. Oh, our large batteries are all 100% charged. That's fun. Okay. So that should be pulling out liquid in here, right? Yeah. All right, good. So that'll keep cooling things down, I guess. Now, ideally, what I would probably want to do is to take this and put it somewhere else. Like maybe just dump it back out into the atmosphere. But I don't know. Potato, our last one. So I moved this down here because this is a vacuum, so there's no chance for, you know, things to explode, create massive fireballs. All right, so that is doing a thing. How are we doing over here? 20 degrees? 20 degrees is good. I'm okay with 20 degrees. Pump all that out. Yeah, you can see how quickly that's going down because it's immediately pumping all of that into the greenhouse. So what I want is for this to end up having more pressure in there than what I'm producing, because then that means that I'm actually keeping up with the greenhouse. Okay, so that is now that. Need to pump in some more. We'll go like 4 megapascals again. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Okay, so let's go eat, drink, and be merry, I guess. There's a lot of stuff that I have to set up. Potato. And we just ate the entire potato. Well, that's cool. So I don't have to worry about water for a little bit. Once I get my air figured out, yeah, we're still not even pulling out any air right now, which is, why are we not pulling out air? Doesn't make sense. Unless the O2 filters are dead again, which, you know, they probably are, let's be honest. Yeah, because we're at 9%, so these have to be dead. Yeah. And they are. Alright. Let's get some more filters. Like, it goes through the filters so quickly, it's insane. And then also, as soon as this opens, how do we have volatiles in here again? Unless it's in my waste tank? No. Unless it's in my suit? That shouldn't be either. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. I mean, the other thing that I could maybe potentially do is set up the combustion centrifuge. Versus these, you know, little electrical ones, which don't work all that well. All right. Let's go with some medium filters, I guess. That's going to require Constantin. I have 2 grams left. How much do I need per 1? Okay. Well, I have to make more Constantin then. Okay, so there is that. Then I need silver. I have plenty of silver. Way more silver than what I probably should have. And actually, I think I can probably make the heavy filters too. I think those require stellite or something, which I have. Okay, so oxygen filter, number 1. And then Oxygen filter, number 2. Good. That is the last of my Constantin. All right. Yeah, I need a more streamlined process, but I need to make sure that I have enough stuff to, you know, allow me to survive while ripping everything else apart. See, like I had a pump set up on here so that we would pull and like push all the stuff through here, but yeah, it like for some reason it just didn't work. I don't know why. These things are down to 25%, and I can guarantee you there's still pollutant and volatiles in here. So it's like, what is this even doing? What are you even doing? You're not doing anything, dude. But it's still going through the filters. All right, so we should be pulling oxygen out of here now, so which should be dumping it into this little tank over here. I should have like a bigger tank, but I'm not pulling anywhere near enough oxygen out for that. So, hey, we're pulling oxygen. Nice. All right, sweet. I don't understand like what is the deal here. Hang on. Let me open this up, drop this out. Okay, so I have crap in here that I don't want. And it's probably just like staying in there in trace amounts, which is just transferring everywhere. So I should probably make something to empty this out. Oh no, 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 no. How did that happen? Is it not being pumped through here? Like, what's going on? What's the dealio, man? That's not cool. I mean, it must have just burst because... Or the fact that I have this thing still on next to it, maybe? I don't know. Okay, so if this thing is getting over pressure... 3.93 megapascals, okay. What's the temperature on that? Oh, now it's at 5.95. That's at the point of breaking. It's at 152 degrees. That's not good. Yeah, it is literally on the edge of blowing up. And it's too warm, which means that this isn't doing its job. Okay, hang on. Let's just stop this for now. Unless that's just the tank in general is too cold or too warm, which could be. Could absolutely be. Ah, man. Like, I am hesitant to take all of this apart because if I can't get something that works in time and I run out of stuff, I'm gonna die. And if I die, bye-bye game. It goes away. The save deleted. So I'm just... Okay, so let's just do a little bit at a time. So we're gonna need another utility pipe thing. And then once we've got that, I can do another turbo pump maybe. Requires electrum. I have electrum. Okay, and then we'll make one of these things. Okay. Take that out, take this. You guys probably already know what I'm doing, maybe, possibly, potentially. All right. So, first things first, let's throw in that. Yeah, that's where I want the power to be. Okay. So that can go there. Oh. Well, yeah, I can run it out to here. That'll be fine. And then that can go out this way. Okay, and then we can get... I don't think I can put this thing right on the end here. Yeah, no, it's not going to let me. So this is going to have to go up into here. Sir, can you just angle downwards, please? Okay. Can't put it there. I can't put it there. Okay. Then we'll get one of these things, set it in here. That'll go there. All right. And then you can go back over to here. Nope, not heavy cable, regular cable. There we go. You can go over here, and then we can put this thing in. All right. Yep, I'm aware. Okay, so that'll dump whatever is in here into there, which is basically our waste, whatever. I mean, we're pulling it from the atmosphere, so it is what it is. But maybe that will allow me to... And actually, let me just verify that that thing is empty. No trace amounts of anything. If it's not one thing, it's another, I swear. Okay, so now that is 100% empty. Do the same thing with this one. Make sure that is 100% empty. You can go into here. Gotta make sure this one is 100% empty as well. Okay. And that one is empty. Okay, good. All right, you can go in there. And then I need more oxygen. I need to take my suit off for a little bit. And then I can check to see what my oxygen is actually at. Oh, there's not enough oxygen in here. That's a problem. Okay, so we're at 945 kilopascals in here. And then my tank needs to be swapped out. So we'll fill that thing up quickly. I could put like a one-way valve on here, but that would kind of stick it into the ground. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so what I need most of all right now is oxygen, water, and food. provided I have those, the cooling stuff can take whatever time it needs. Okay, so now we have all of our potato. I'm going to wait until that goes to seed. Yeah, I've got just 2 potato seeds left. Okay. So I got to wait for that to go to seed before I pick them. Let's see. That would give me 4 potatoes if I just pick them right now. After replanting them, of course. Okay, so how are we doing in here? Still 10 moles of oxygen to pull out. And that pollutant and volatile, they have not moved. So what I think I'm going to do is grab that portable scrubber and put it in here and then see if that can pull it out, because whatever I've got set up in there is not working. Just got to remember where I put it. It's probably here. Yep, okay. Then I'm gonna need a battery, which is fine. I've got a rechargeable wireless one up there. Okay, good. How are we doing here? 875. We're still filling that up. Okay, good. All right, so portable scrubber. So we're going to turn you off because you are worse than useless. We're going to pull out our pollutants. We're going to pull out our volatiles. I'm going to grab the battery from this, throw it into here. What do you know? It's working. I don't know why this one wasn't. It's just kind of annoying to me. Because it's like, there's nothing in here. At least there shouldn't be anything in there. And that's all being pulled out, so this is just about empty. At least it should be just about empty. It's taking its time, apparently. Okay. And then this is pretty close to the wireless recharger thing, so that's why it's blinking between green and blue, because it is recharging faster than it is using power, which is great. All right. Hey, we almost have everything out. Almost. Okay, so provided that pressure in here is okay, temperature in here is okay, which it is. Everything's thriving. These things are ready to give up their seeds, which, you know, great. I have tons of fern seeds right now, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so what are we at? 58 minutes in the video. How about this? We're going to start ripping everything apart for a cooling and rebuilding it, hopefully successfully, in the next episode. But for now, that's going to be all that I've got for this episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and if you did, hope you'll join me for the next one. But until then, have a good one.